What is good, everyone? Welcome into this update from the FAA Managers Association. Today is June 23. I am Keith Jackson, your Director for Membership Education. It's been a couple of months since we've had a chance to update you, and joining me to do that is our FAAMA President, Mr. Mike Smith. Mike, how you doing this morning?
Doing great, Keith. How are you doing today, sir?
Doing good, doing good. And if I were to say it's been busy, it's been an understatement. There's been a lot of stuff that FAAMA's been doing over the last several months. And I think, honestly, the best way to start this is a quick legislative update. We know what's going through Congress right now through budget reconciliation. There were several things that caught our attention and several things that we frankly brought to Capitol Hill in our legislative fly-in that just wrapped up a few weeks ago.
Yeah, we've had extremely busy time. I mean, we had our golf tournament, we had we trained our leaders, chapter leaders, and then we launched into. Before I get into that, Keith, we sent a team over to Canzo for the Canzo convention over there in Lisbon to let them know FAAMA is an international group. That's who we work with. That's the people that we talk to. We also are looking for people who are helping us out with our convention. Everybody wants to come be part of the convention this year. Then the whole time we're doing that, we're doing our legislative activities, Keith. There's a ton going on. Um, Working on the Hill with our firm that we work with, our lobbyist group. Also, we had our flying. Should we talk about the flying now, Keith? Where do you want to go? We've been doing a
Yeah,
ton.
Yeah, I think right now, and again, today being June 23, just a quick update for everyone as far as where things go with reconciliation, because we do know there were several provisions in the original House version that did not make it through passage, that being the 4.5% for first contributions, changes to FEHB, the annuity changes for Social Security. There were quite a few things that we found that we just frankly believe were not going to be beneficial for our membership at all, particularly with the demanding nature for air traffic controllers, particularly for our frontline managers who we represent. It was not going to be viewed as beneficial, and that was one message that we hit hard with with any of our offices that we talked to, and I think it was 60 odd offices we ended up talking to.
It was those things. It's always a blast to go to those fly-ins, but it's you're sitting on the airplane flying home Thursday afternoon after working all day Thursday, and you're exhausted. You're like, why am I so tired? I fly all the time. That's because you start doing the count. How many people did we actually talk to? How many offices did we go to? And I think it's part of the workout program that Ron Naratano puts me on. He usually makes the offices are never next to each other. He likes
No.
to run me from, yeah, let's run from over at the Hart building. Let's go back over to the Cannon building. Yeah, but busy, 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 Keith. I also want to hit real quick that the items you brought up that was in the House, all these terrible things for federal employees. We sent out FAMA updates and we said, please reach out. We need you guys to reach out and contact your congressman. Send it to your friends, these letters. And you did. Couldn't be happier, right, Keith? We
Yep.
reached out. In the past, we've had a couple hundred responses. We got over 2,000 from you guys. So thank you. That's what we're talking about. That's what we need. That's the big ask. Keep reaching out. So right now, we're kind of waiting for the Senate. They're taking their couple of their swipes at the bill right now, trying to figure out what's going on with them. And coincidentally, there's a little bit of an item about a war with Iran going on right now. So there is so much going on with the Hill, but we are not going to lose sight of what we're looking for as well. That's important. I'm not going to downplay it. It's also important to make sure that we look for our people, to make sure that our retirement's not messed with, to make sure that they don't take away the things that we were promised when we started working for the agency how many years ago. A little bit longer for me than you, Keith, but yeah, a long time ago. We made agreements. We need to make sure those are still honored. I'm
Yep.
sorry, I
There
jumped
were
ahead. Go ahead.
Now, there were plenty of people that I worked with who were doing their calculations, and I know a few who just said, I'm out. And that was one of our main messages on that our group in particular. And for everyone, to give you an idea, we get
Mhm.
there Tuesday afternoon, right around at Normandy Group at 12 p.m. We had about a 6 hour prep session, and there was a social gathering that followed thereafter. And then the next morning, we roll up at about 6 a.m., and we were in cars by 7 a.m. And I'm going to stop right here. For any of you that might have any issues with the Hatch Act, please watch this and continue viewing from this portion on forward when you're in an off-duty status, because we will hit on some items that might be touchy with that. So if you're in doubt, please watch this at home or away from your duty station. But a lot of what happened there that morning, we were with, it was a PAC event, and we get FaceTime. I think this is one thing that's really important for our members to understand what our PAC drop does. This gets us direct access to our elected officials, and you get to actually have time with them. So from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., we're getting to the buildings where we're going to go to, and then after that it's one office after another, and we're talking to a lot of staff members. And we went on Wednesday until about 6 p.m., had a dinner, and then we were back at it Thursday the following morning, again another PAC event, and a lot of people are flying out by 2:30, and some people came all the way from the West Coast. So that's just a little glimpse into what the teams were doing there. And it's
Yeah,
very beneficial. It's a very beneficial process, and it's particularly with everything that was going on. We couldn't have had our fly-in at a better time, in my opinion.
yeah, it's kind of funny, Kate. The last 2 years, we've changed them, and we actually hit them right. Last year, we were there right during reconciliation, right when the bill was on the floor. We were up there watching it being voted on, and we were cheering when it passed. And then we hurried and scooted out of the gallery before the ushers caught us and told us you can't do that. So we hurried and left last year. This year, we were there. A group I was with, we were there behind Administrator Rochelo. We were right behind him when they're asking him some questions, and he said, "Well, I'll have to find the answers to that." And we were like, "We know the answer. Lean
Yep.
back. We'll whisper in your ear because this is what we do." Yeah, 100%. So let's talk about that fly and how busy it is. People say, "So, well, FAMA only gives to this political party or that political party." That is not true. We give to both sides because both sides have to get together to work together for these bills to pass, to get these items to pass. We do not play on the ends. We deal with the moderates in the middle, those who actually want to work together to get things done. That's who we visit. That's how we take our items to, and it's very successful. These events that we go to, Keith, it is amazing to. We have so many good friends that we've worked with over the years and develop relationships. And there are some that are new, and it's kind of interesting. You see these new ones when you've been doing it for a while. They have this new congressman or congresswoman on the block. They come up there. We spend a little time with them. Next thing you know, down the road, they're rock stars in Congress, and they remember who was there, who talked to them, who helped them out years ago. That's why these things are important.
Absolutely.
Plus, that's when we start handing out our cards and saying, you need to come by our facility. You need to see what our facilities look like. You need to see what air traffic controllers do. Frankly, quick little side story. I had one that came, my congressman came out last Wednesday. They came out, they had three of their staffers come, and it was only 1 hour because they're so busy, busy, busy. It's like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'm like, hey, I gotta go. Get out of here, man. Because they had so many questions. They just wanted to know things, and that's a good thing. We need to do that. Invite our local congressmen, invite our senators to come out. Very important, Keith.
Yep. And that was one of the first things I did when I was chapter president in San Diego was I wanted to get in touch with Congressman Levin and the Normandy Group, along with David Vigil, who unfortunately is our outgoing legislative director. I'll let you talk a little bit about that in just a second.
Yeah.
But for anyone that thinks it's an intimidating process, it's easy. And it gets really just one letter turned into a face-to-face visit in 9 months. So I could definitely second that. It's an easy way to get to meet people. It's an easy way to get your local officials, your congressman, anyone that wants to know what goes on in air traffic control, because there is a lot going on right now in particular. So absolutely. And yeah, I didn't know if you had any other final thoughts. Real quickly too, that was the Reauth bill. That's where we were in the galley up there and almost got booted out because we
Yeah,
were. If you look carefully, you'll hear a bunch of cheering when that got passed. Everyone looks up and there we are cheering. So yeah, we sort of
yeah, that
like
was
yeah.
Reauth. That was us, 100%. Oh yeah, yeah, big visit this time. Very productive for us. I just want to stop. We started on Tuesday for our prep session. I go in a day early because I'm meeting with FAA leadership. I flew in, I met with Frank McIntosh, our acting COO. We have a fantastic relationship with Frank. He understands, he gets it. He's about, we need more supervisors. We need to get them in there. We had a great meeting with him and with Rebecca Guy, his Chief Information Officer. Fantastic. They took the time to meet with us. ACA wanted to talk to us, so I talked to ACA for a while. And then I had a meeting with a friend, the current Kanzo chairman, who would be ex-COO, Tim Morrell. So quite a busy Monday. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, I was rolling in an airplane saying, man, I think I got everything accomplished. We did quite a few. It's not that intimidating, Keith. And frankly, we work in cool environments, and these people want to see the cool stuff that we do. They are amazed at how quickly these airplanes are touching down and lifting off. It's a good thing we do. Bring them in. Let's show them what we do. Answer their questions.
Absolutely, absolutely. So there will be, honestly, as the process plays out with reconciliation, there's a lot going on. As you said, we will be keeping you up to date, keep your emails with you, and that will give you a definitely more up to date than we will through the YouTube channels. But let's switch out of legislative. We had a really fun thing happen following our board of directors meeting in April. It's something that you have been wanting for a while, something that a team has been putting together. It was our chapter operations training. We had 20 chapter leaders come out to Phoenix following the golf tournament, and that to me felt like a really fun, successful event that we had there.
It was. It's been a big push for mine, Keith. Well, for a couple of years, we need to provide chapter leadership training for these people. Don't mind being chapter president, vice president, secretary, treasurer. They just don't know what they're supposed to do, what the expectation is. Tell me what I'm supposed to do. And so I had to get the right person in the job. I had to get a rock star to be my membership education. That's Keith. I had to get him in there. He put everything together, got it all worked in a package that we could take, put it in a suitcase and take with us and meet. So we had, what was it? Was it 16 that you had, or was it 20? I'm trying to remember exactly.
It was about, yeah, I think we had 20. We had a few last minute drops, unfortunately, but yeah, it was around 16 to 18 total that came in, and yeah, it was a lot of fun, and there was a lot of help behind that project. There really, really was. But yeah, 16 to 18. And we modeled this after, for those supervisors that remember what OSW was, that's how we modeled this. So you had face-to-face access with our president, Mike Smith, the vice president, our treasurer. You heard from from anyone that was in the higher ups of FAAMA to explain what goes on there. And then we took it and we taught you, what do you do at the local level to make everything work easy? And I am putting together a series that will be just for our chapter presidents, secretaries, our leadership. You'll see it. It will be a private YouTube channel that will let you have different videos on what to do. And frankly, it's not intimidating. Bylaws, for example. Right now, we're trying to get our chapters to update our bylaws. We had an email go out. It seriously is not as intimidating a process as it sounds like. And that's one thing we're trying to wrap up, particularly with chapter elections coming up around the corner. But this is something we're going to roll out again. Well, I can't say roll out again. We're going to do this again next year. Don't know exactly where, but we're going to move this around. So it more than likely will be on the East Coast next year, and then somewhere in the Central the year after that. And we're going to plan to pivot this from one to another to another. So that's where we are with chapter operations training. Any final thoughts on there, sir?
It's fantastic. If you can get together, you get a group of people, reach out to Keith at membership at FAAMA.org, and we'll get it together. We'll get out there and do it, because Keith's got a great package put together. We can get out there and answer your questions, because I'm sure people they want to do it. They just don't know how. That's not a problem. Be glad to get out there. He's going to have set it up on YouTube. It's going to be perfect. But if you guys want us to come out there, reach out. We can make that happen.
Yep, and specifically a big shout out to Mr. Michael Horn and Randy Bailey. They really pulled the logistics of this whole thing together. It's one thing to put content together. Those two brought the whole thing together. So a big shout out to those two. And speaking of bringing things together, Miss Stapleton is hard at work with our convention, Mike. It is a full go. FAAMA Convention 2025 in Las Vegas.
Yeah, there's, thank goodness I have good people that are running different organizations here, because there's so, in this organization, convention, it's going to be a big one again this year. A lot of organizations are having a rough year. Thankfully, the FAA understands that we are the group that represents their managers. We are still planning on getting our excuse time for it, Still planning on having Frank McIntosh. He said he's planning on coming out to it, bring FAA leadership out there. It's going to be a great week. Andy's getting line. You should probably just do a separate one with her, Keith. I don't want to steal any of her thunder. However, let me tell you, today's the 23rd. You got about 7 days to register and get your room now, because rates are going to go up for the convention. And if you don't have a room there and have to be somewhere else, get your room now, because it's a great location, the Green Valley Ranch. It's going to be another fantastic convention we have this year. And we promise, guarantee, no hurricanes this year.
No.
You have my word on that one.
No, if a hurricane hits Las Vegas, there is something horribly, horribly, horribly wrong. So no, we will be bringing Miss Stapleton on here. We've had a few questions about certain aspects about insurance registration. I'm going to have her on in the very near future so that we can talk a little bit about that. And I want to say one final thing before we get out of here with this update. It's been talked about, it has been communicated, and I want to say, I can't say out with the old, but we're definitely giving our website a nice big makeover. It's coming, and we're not going short on this one.
Yeah, it's funny on the website real quick. Everyone's coming to us, oh, that's old. It's like a 20-year-old website. It's actually 5 years old, but that's how quickly things change. Let's talk about shout outs. Nick Clark is our communications director. Nick is just killing, putting his heart and soul into this new website. We're getting the website done about another 2 months, month and a half, 2 months, I'll have it done. Also, we've got, I don't know, Keith, if you can get that and put that up for us, we have a QR code. So a lot of us youngsters like me, we don't look at emails anymore. That's so far last year. We just like to look at a text that comes to us. If you get on this queue, if you register here, give us permission, we will send information to you. So if something changes in the Senate, because we are watching everything that's happening, as soon as it happens, we'll send you a text. Boom, you'll have it. You can jump right onto it. So it's something you can put on there, Keith, for them, and so they can just put on your phone, QR, and enroll. Well, and Nick will be reaching out to you.
Yep, and we promise we're not going to spam you with stuff. You're only going to get critical updates or reminders on certain events. It's not going to be, you're not going to get something from us once a week. Unless we do, there must be something very horribly wrong. We're, for example, when we needed our membership to urgently act, this is one vehicle that we use to help get the word out and to act. So it's up on the screen right now. To pull out your phone, scan the QR code, and sign up for the text alerts. This will help you also stay up to date on what FAAMA is doing. And Mike, I didn't know if there was any other last things you wanted to bring up. I know we had a few changes in our leadership, at least for FAAMA leadership, excuse me. Frankly, David Vigil, you did a lot for me in Chapter 290, getting me started with legislative. He is going to be taking a different position for us, and I wanted to let you talk about that, along with any other changes there are.
Yeah, really quick. Dave Vigil, his job, his FAA job, he doesn't have as much time as he used to. Apparently, there were a lot of forks in the road that took through where he works. He needed a break. Dave was great job, legislative director for us. I said, thank you very much. We'll let you go. I have somebody else. There was like 3 or 4 superstars we wanted to look at. But we gave Dave a break. And so now we've got him. He's running he's our golf chair now. So we gave him a break. Now he gets to go golfing with his dad. So it's good for Dave. So Dave's not gone. Victor Vasquez from Chicago. Victor was like the deputy running the ledge team. He's full force now. Victor's going to do a great job. So Victor's the one that's in place there. New RD, one new RD that just came on board. So thank you to Andy Taylor. Thank you for everything you've done for us. We appreciate the time you've given. He's stepped down, and yeah, we brand new regional director coming in from Kansas City. Kansas City's doing a great job for us. Great chapter. A lot going on there. As soon as I mentioned, I just dropped his name. Good Lord. My RD. Oh, I feel so bad. It'll come to me. Anyway, yeah. Anybody else changing real quick? No, that's it. I know I'm running out of time, Keith. I'm sorry. Yeah,
We're good,
I'll get you. Yeah, things are going great though. People stepping up, doing what we need to get done. Again, if you want to step up, do something, reach out to us. Legislative at FAAMA.org. Reach out. education@fama.org. Love to have you on board. Thanks for all your help and have a great week.
Yep. We're going to keep everyone up to date, whether it be email, text, YouTube. We will keep you all up to date, particularly as the reconciliation package goes through. Again, right now, as it stands on the Senate version, they have been unveiling their version of reconciliation. It's the provisions that were not included in the House. They are not in the Senate version. Of course, anything can change. To give everyone a quick reminder, everything has to be marked up. It can be amended. It has to go to the Senate floor for a vote. And if there's any changes, and we know there more than likely will be, then they have to conference it. So this is not going to be a very quick process. This will take time, and we will keep you up to date. As far as FAAMA leadership, we have a board of directors meeting in August. Our convention comes in October, and then we will be back out in actually Dallas. This time we're going to be in Dallas for our January meeting following the new year. That's a glimpse into the future. We will keep you up to date, as I said, until we hit the record button again. I'm Keith Jackson. He's Mike Smith, and we will talk to you all later. Have a good night, everyone. Or I should say good morning, everyone. It's a little odd not doing this at night, but good morning. Adios.